7 crazy 2018 GTA predictions from yours truly. Make sure you stay tuned to this episode of Prime Properties TV. I promise you, it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Properties TV. I'm so glad you joined us today. As we're getting closer and closer to the holidays, I'm getting super excited, and we're just about ready to get ready on the holidays. Now, what you'll notice to me on my left, your right, is a little miniature petite Christmas tree, standing about 1.5 inches tall. It's something definitely really petite, all that to say, because we have a smaller tree, it's easier to decorate. So it's right here, and I want to keep it around for the set for the balance of the year. So in today's episode, I'm going to get really philosophical with you and give you some completely ridiculous but probable 7 crazy predictions for the 2017 real estate market. The goal here is to really just sift through all the trend lines and intel to make some reasonable but off the beam predictions and kind of go on a limb. It would be awesome if all of these turned out to be true because it would be good for my ego, but if it's true for some of them, I think it's kind of be a little scary of a thought. But I'm also going to give you guys a little crystal ball prediction, 1 out of 3, 1 being very unlikely and 3 being very likely for each one of my predictions, just to give you guys with a grain of salt, okay? So 1, we will get less than 1 interest rate hike and no more than 0.25% this year. Chance of this happening? 3 crystal balls. The Bank of Canada follows the US way too closely, and with the US raising their debt ceiling, I don't know if they can afford another 0.25% interest increase to their own interest rate. Think about it this way. What is 0.25% interest going to do to $20 trillion of debt? Yeah, that's trillion with a T, okay? So knowing that, I don't think Bank of Canada will increase their rates because the US likely won't. 2, the condo market will not slow down. 3 crystal balls. Knowing that the condos are the only thing that's affordable in the Toronto condo market right now, I don't see the demand for them actually slowing down at all. Yes, we could get more supply next year, and we are supposed to as it's coming online, but I don't think it's enough to satisfy the demand with all the push to the affordability. I don't expect prices to be climbing 20% like we saw in the last 2 years, but again, you know what? I don't expect the prices to drop either. So I would say maybe a moderate 10-15% year-over-year increase. 3, we will start seeing bully offers again. Unfortunately, 1 crystal ball. I really hope this doesn't come true, because when we start seeing bully offers, meaning they go in unconditional, they don't even look at the house, that means the market is completely not stable, similar to what we saw in the early part of 2017. I'm thinking it's more going to be like we start seeing some bully offers in the fall of 2018, but my fingers are crossed that this doesn't really happen again. To be clear, I only suspect this will happen on good properties in good areas, not like any property like we saw in the early part of 2017. 4, the detached market will continue to stagnate. 2 crystal balls. What I mean by stagnating is that the sales will continue to be low, meaning the activity in the transaction, but sales and price will roughly remain the same. Detaches have gone to the price point where really only the wealthy can afford, and to own an average detached in Toronto, you're looking at like $1.5 million. That's already quite rare, and you need about $300,000 of household income to pay for that. Not to mention, you have to have $300,000 saved up for the down payment, which is another incredible Herculean feat that not everyone can do unless you got family help. So expect the shift to affordability to continue and see the demand in the condo sector increase. But there will still be these buyers for these $1.5 million houses, because $300,000 household is not that uncommon. 5, rents will continue to skyrocket. 3 crystal balls. The definition of skyrocket in my books, and what I mean by that is the average increase will continue to be higher than the average we always saw in the last 2 decades, which is usually around 3%. To give you an idea of what the downtown rents look like right now and where they can go, here's a little chart I'm going to put up here. The 1 bedrooms are about $2,000. I can see it going to 21. The 1+1s are about 22. I can see it going to 2350. And then the 2 bedrooms are starting at 2,800. I can totally see it going to 3,000 as rents continue to go up. 6, another government intervention. 1 crystal ball. If the market continues to grow at a pace that is above what the Liberal government's expectations, I can totally see them doing another change and implementing before the provincial government election, which is happening in happening in November. From my observation, the Wynne government has been in favor of short-term goals to help the masses, so that they're probably going to be doing something ahead of time. You know what? Maybe a new tax? I don't know. 7, 3-generation households. 2 crystal balls. As more and more people are already priced out of the market and the new stress test makes it even harder for people to buy, especially first-time home buyers, I can see a house being fitted for 3 generations. Now what I mean by that is this is a young couple who cannot afford a home and are saving for one by living at their parents' house, and they have kids. So you got the parents on one in the middle, then you got the grandparents, and you got the kids. Okay, so that's 3-generation household. It's already kind of a norm to see in many Asian countries and cities like Hong Kong and Shenzhen in China, but I can see that totally becoming a reality in Toronto very soon because prices keep going higher and higher. And number 8, I'm going to give you guys a bonus one because you guys are all going to ask me this. The market is going to completely crash. 1 crystal ball. Unless some global economic crisis happens or some government intervention, this may or may not include Mr. Trump from down under, I don't see Toronto real estate prices going for a tailspin. Sales were down this year, but prices more or less stayed the same unless you were condos, which went up. So a slight increase in condos and a slight decrease in detaches is probably what I see. So unless there's something major happening global and economically, Toronto could be rebounding from a massive population increase and the pent-up demand from this slow activity of this year. Thank you guys for watching. If you learned something, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the Prime Properties deal right here. If you have any questions or have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below or email me directly. Contacts are right here. And make sure you guys subscribe to Prime Properties deal VIP mailing so you can get a lot of weekly goodies, insights, and investment opportunities. And remember, share this with your family and friends because like I always say, an educated consumer is the best consumer. I'll see you next time, Toronto. Happy real estating. It's going to happen in the first few months of the year. I've totally lost.